Some sliders demand attention immediately, others take a little bit longer to understand, and the SimpleSlide definitely falls into that second category. This is the SimpleSlide by Monkey Love EDC, sent to me by Chang alongside the OcuSlide and the Scarab Slide. And after spending time with all three, this ended up becoming the one that I reached for most often. Not because it was flashy, not because it was loud, but because of how incredibly considered it feels in use. If you want to check out Chang's work, his website, YouTube channel, and Facebook community are all linked in the description below. Now the SimpleSlide looks tiny, but once it's in hand, it actually occupies a very similar space to a lot of other sliders. It comes in at around 44 by 27 by 18 millimeters, so yes, it's compact. And because the shape is so refined, it ends up feeling incredibly natural in the hand. The body has these deep concave curves along the sides, which creates resting points for your fingers and thumb. So instead of fighting the slider, your grip kind of settles into place automatically, and that's where this thing really shines. It feels intentional from every angle. This is a 3-click free-floating slider with 4x2 magnets on each plate, and the magnetic strength here is really beautiful. Strong enough to feel decisive, but controlled enough that it never feels harsh or fatiguing. One of the reasons that this video took so long to come out was there was actually a moment where mine came apart slightly. It gave me an opportunity to properly understand the way that it was made and the magnetic setup itself. And those magnets are no joke. You immediately understand where that satisfying haptic response comes from. What surprised me the most was the movement. Because despite being lightweight, only around 27 grams, the mass is focused toward the outer ends of the slider. This means that each swing feels much more pronounced than you'd expect. There's this really satisfying momentum to it, especially during flicks and directional changes. One side also uses Teflon skates to reduce friction and to prevent plate stick, and it works incredibly well. Up until trying the Shimshai, this was the smoothest slider that I'd experienced, but unlike something ultra glassy, this still has a soft, thumpy haptic response underneath the glide, and that combination is really addictive. Quiet enough to use almost anywhere while still giving you that tactile confirmation that something is happening in the hand. This is the Blue Spark version with the PETG blue metallic body, but there are other variants as well, like the Luna and the Bumblebee, each with their own personality. With the macro lens setup that I picked up for these reviews, getting close to the detail really made me appreciate the work even more. The surfaces, the shaping, the internal plate details, it all feels so thought through. About that delay, if you watch the previous reviews, you'll know that I teased something happened with the SimpleSlide. There was a moment where I thought things had gone very wrong, but the way that Chang handled it told me everything I needed to know. Quick communication, genuine care, and just someone wanting to make things right. And that really matters, especially in enthusiast spaces like this where community is such a huge part of why people stay. That's something I've learned more and more while making these videos. They aren't just objects, they become parts of routines, thought processes, moments of calm. Even the difficult moments become important because these things do carry emotion, memory, and association, and that's why we connect with them. Speaking of connection, thank you to everyone who comments, messages, and supports the channel. I've said it before, but it's true. Every single one means so much to me. So if you've ever commented, thank you so much. I read them all and I try my best to reply to everyone. So now I want to hear from you. Out of 3 Monkey Love pieces, which one has been your favorite? The OcuSlide, the Scarab Slide, or the SimpleSlide? Because Chang has already hinted that he's deep in the lab of madness working on the SimpleSlide version 2. Already, Chang has sent me a new product, so keep an eye on the channel. There's definitely more coming. A massive thank you once again to Chang and Monkey Love EDC for sending these over and trusting me with them. And as always, stay curious, stay genuine, stay spectrumy.